Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you for joining me once again today. Now let me tell you that people who understand what is actually going on in Nigeria, people with empathy who understand that people are suffering in this country, are beginning to come out to speak and to give their support for this particular end bad governance protest in Nigeria. I have said before, considering what is happening in this country, anybody who is kicking against this protest is an enemy of the country. That person does not want this country to go higher. Imagine the level of hunger and hardship that this government has subjected our Nigerians to, and you expect Nigerians to keep quiet and fold their arms. That is, imagine when you are being pushed or pressed against the wall and you know people expect you not to react. That is what Nigerians are going to do come on the 1st of August to 10th of August. Now, Ahmed TINUBU has actually tried so hard to, destabilize this protest and, make the youth not to engage in this particular protest. But I am happy that some Yorubas who understand the importance of putting ethnic sentiment behind to talk about what is actually going on in Nigeria has come out to, pledge their support for this particular upcoming nationwide protest. So prominent Yoruba group or organization and Afenifere has actually come out to say that they are going to support this particular protest. In fact, their spokesperson went as far as saying that Ahmed TINUBU is not running this particular country and the economy the way people actually expected him to do, or should I say the right way, and that is why there is so much hunger and hardship in this particular country. And of course, he said that they are going to be participating in that particular nationwide peaceful protest. I'm going to be showing you all of that video and what he actually said, but let me show you what FALANA actually said concerning protest here in Nigeria. Anytime that there is protest, normally it turns out to become a violent protest, and the government will just seize that opportunity to begin to shoot at protesters and all of that. Now FALANA has actually come out to expose people who actually are the cause of that violent protest, and he was actually not afraid to say that the cause is from the government, that the government are the ones who bring those hoodlums that will begin to attack the peaceful protesters that usually lead to violence. I love to listen to this man FALANA because of his unbiased analysis and the way he criticizes any government, no matter who you are. He's never afraid of anything. I want you to listen to him, and when we come back, we'll just analyze the video and move on to the next one.
Young people or workers have never gone out determined to engage in violence all the time. Violence had always occurred going back to the 70s when students are shot, unarmed students are shot. The last time, people are now destroying our history, distorting our history by saying, in 2020, young people were violent. No. The young people took part in the protest, in the NSAS protest, gathered in different places. In a place like Lagos, they gathered in Alausa at the Secretariat. They also gathered at Lekki. And they were singing and discussing among themselves. People were giving them food. What happened was that the attack on the youth started in Alausa here, when a notorious transporter in Lagos, a notorious union leader, sent his thugs to attack the unarmed youths in Alausa. They overpowered the thugs, but the police did not arrest or charge them. The same thing happened in Abuja, in Benin, in Port Harcourt and other places. And until the government decided to unleash people you call hoodlums and thugs on the young people. When that did not work, the government sent troops, armed soldiers, to engage in killing of young people. In 1 week, about 99 people were killed in Lagos. I don't want to talk about Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, and Benin, and other places where young people were shot at, where young people were killed. So the violence that characterized the end of the NSAS protest was instigated and fueled and sponsored by the government. This time around, I think the government...
Now, I believe you listened to FALANA. He has actually exposed how government will always use hoodlums to distort any peaceful protest here in Nigeria. And of course, that is what they will be planning. so that they will use that opportunity to bring soldiers and police to begin to shoot at peaceful protesters. These are the reasons why I say that this planned protest may not yield the desired result, because while the masses are planning on the date, the government are still planning on their own. They are planning how to thwart this particular protest. Now you hear them coming out online to say, oh, the masses have the right to protest provided it's a peaceful protest, that the police is not going to engage the masses provided it's a peaceful protest. They are the ones that will still go behind to hire hoodlums that will come and distort that particular protest and, you know, begin to cause violence, and then they will now bring in their police and their army to begin to attack peaceful protesters. Now let's listen to this prominent Yoruba group Afenifere spokesman as he discussed how they are going to support this protest and how they are going to be involved. And when we come back, we'll just wrap up the video.
Are you supporting? Are you going to?
Yes, we support.
Okay,
yes, we support.
So that's a clear statement. You support. Now, in saying that, what are some of the things? Because what they've said is that if you're protesting, number one, the government has said that it might lead to anarchy, right? Are you concerned about that? Number two is that there are no clearly who is the leader of this protest. What are your maybe 3 points, 4 point, 5 points agenda that you're agitating for, and what would the response?
We are not agitating, but we understand that there's a protest coming up.
Okay.
And we understand that it's due to the hunger in the land.
Yes.
And we are cautioning that, look, we don't want any violence.
Okay.
But we don't know the leaders or you understand.
But you're supporting the protest.
Yes, we support.
All right. So you go out.
People too.
All right. Okay. All right. That's fair enough.
I mean, you've made clear that you are in support of the protests themselves and also the right to protest, because
yes.
often it seems as though that's a distinction. We support the right to protest, but perhaps we're still cautioning you against protesting. In this situation, when you look at the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are you saying that you are not in support of his presidency? Do you think he has failed, and that is why that is what's led to this situation where a 10-day protest is just around the corner?
Yes, right from the beginning we've been saying, once they said subsidies were dead, we were like, there's nowhere in the world that you wouldn't have this kind of situation. There was an article who said that the way you are going to, the whole political class is going to move us, and the whole country. It is not those who are protesting or who want to protest that is endangering the polity. It's the government policies. You cannot remove subsidies like that anywhere. Even in England or America or the richest countries in the world, if you remove the subsidies in England today, within 2 weeks, you will find the same protests come out. So for us to say, no, people should remain hungry, it's totally unfair. And
so you do think that the presidency is failing the people at this point?
Definitely.
You're not in support of the presidency?
Definitely, because we believe that he's being superficial. He should restructure the economy. We have an economy where it's just a processing, it's a colonial economy, I would say, because majority of people are just trading, retail. We have 30% of our employment and income coming from agriculture. We have another like 40% from retail. Now, government after government, what have you done to change the fundamentals of the economy? You understand? And Afenifere has said, look, for us to get manufacturing jobs, which is required, you understand, if you look at the economic history of most countries, you realize that you develop a railway system, because the railway system builds industrialization. Have agreed, you understand, instead of this north-south, have east, both economic and political restructuring, and we've been pushing it, and all he's done is give 100,000 families these palliatives, not means tested, and we've had this over and over and over. But I think President Tinubu was so sure that he could go where no other government has gone. As bad as General Buhari was, there was an interview, they asked him that, are you going to push these policies? And he said, I can't do it to my people.
Now, welcome back, guys. Like you heard him say that they're going to support this particular peaceful protest. I've always said it here in this channel that anybody who is against this nationwide peaceful protest is being sentimental. Of course, there is nothing that is working in this particular country, Nigeria. The people are hungry and there is need for them to go out to let the government know, because from the look of things, Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not even serious with Nigerians. All this while that Nigerian youths have been coming up with this idea of protest and, advertising it and announcing it online. If Ahmed Bola Tinubu is serious with Nigerians, since then he would have come out online, through a press conference or whatever to address Nigerians. Instead, they are using their propaganda and they are using lies, trying to distort this particular protest. Anyway, guys, I'll stop this video here and allow you to drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel.